Hello there, my name is Kaylee. Me and my wife live in New York City, and we are on a journey to financial independence. And while on that journey, every Sunday night, I sit down and talk about my health goals and my weight loss journey and how that's going. So it is Sunday, November 3rd. I am here to chat about how this week went. And this is the end of, I think, week three, my third full week doing this. And my first 2 weeks, I felt so jazzed. Felt wildly successful. And then this week was hard. Uh, I think this week was a lesson in just how absolutely linked your emotional health and your physical health can be. I had just a lot going on this week. And it wasn't like I wasn't busier than I normally am, but it was just family things and people needing emotional support outside of my, immediate life. Like, I live very far away from most of my family. And so there's just a lot of stuff going on at home. And I mentally was really struggling with supporting family and being so far away. And I was very sad, basically. There's a long way to just say that I was really sad this week. I was really emotional this week. And I ate my feelings about it. Not every day, honestly. I held it off as long as I could because I could feel that that's what was happening and I wanted to kind of work through that. And then finally it all just kind of bubbled. And then Saturday night, last night, I just blew it out of the water with Taco Bell. So I was, I'm just going to kind of take that as a moment to reflect and think about that the next time I'm feeling kind of down. Uh, and I'm going to move on because I'm gonna keep there's gonna be things that happen in my life that make me sad, but I really don't want to turn to food for comfort in that way. I don't want I want to I like celebrating things with food. I like going out to a nice dinner when something fun has happened. I don't like turning to junky Taco Bell food because I'm feeling sad. That doesn't feel like a fun way to handle things. And that is absolutely how I used to handle most things. And I used to be a lot sadder and I would eat a lot. So this week was also a really good lesson for me in like how we got here in the first place. Because hitting my calorie goals when I'm paying attention to what I'm eating and when I'm eating things that I make at home and I prepare for myself felt easy. I couldn't understand why I had gained so much weight in the last several years of my life. And then this week I realized fast how that happened because, I was kind of eating the way that I used to when I lived alone, before I met my wife, before I started really paying attention to the things that I put in my body. And it happened so fast. It was actually crazy how fast it happened. And that was with me making the decision. I'm standing in Taco Bell, I'm ordering a Taco Bell, and I wanted to get another thing. And I thought about it and then didn't get another thing. So that was like me making an intentional, like, good decision inside my bad decision. So it was just wild. It's so interesting for me to think about and see how fast it happens and how easily I can get into that situation. So I'm going to treat myself with some love and respect. And, you know, I was able to be there emotionally for people in my life this week, and that's important to me. And taking care of myself is a big part of that. So while doing that with food is not the goal, I'm still glad that I am at the end of this week and I'm feeling better and good and like I was able to be there for my people when they needed me. So, mental health is physical health. Um, so anyway, if you're new to these little health check-ins, what I like to do is I'm tracking my water, I'm tracking my steps, I'm tracking my calories, and that's where we're starting. This is a relatively new development in my life, so I'm starting slow, and we're gonna see how it goes. And it's going pretty well so far. This is my first like setback, but even that I wouldn't consider a setback because, well, you'll see the numbers. They're not so terrible. You're gonna think I'm being really dramatic when you actually see what they are, but I'm doing okay, really. um, so the goal every day is to drink up to a gallon of water. I don't think I've hit a gallon the entire time. I don't know why I have such a hard time drinking that amount of water. Maybe I just don't need that amount of water. I don't know. Does anyone know how much water you're actually supposed to drink? Because I actually don't. I'm just drinking more water than I did. And I've been good about that. I also, it's 6:30. I've put in a snack for myself during football later. I put in a little cocktail to share with my wife for football later because my team is playing, and I put all that into my calorie app already. So that's all set for the day. My calories for the day are planned out. I know what I'm gonna have. I'm excited about it. I feel good about it. And then I used my steps of where I'm at right now. So it's actually gonna be a little bit higher because it's 6:30. I won't run around so much, but I do tend to pace around the house just to get more steps in throughout the day. So it'll probably go up, but I used where I'm at right now to get my weekly averages so I can get this up before 11 p.m. So my average steps for this week, the goal is 10,000. I did not get 10,000. I'm at 7,175 on average for this week. And I didn't go for my long walks that I like to do on the weekends at all this weekend because I was feeling down. So that's tough. And we're going to do better next week. And that's all I got to say about that. I did hit 10,000 one and almost so close the other time. So for Wednesday, I had a meeting in Manhattan and I got off the train a stop earlier and walked to the meeting to get a bunch of extra steps in. So I hit 10,000 then. That was fun. It was a lovely day. And then Friday, I hit 9,700 and I was like, I'm going to get 10,000. So I was pacing around the house and then I sat down to change into my pajamas and like get ready for bed and then fell asleep. So I'm actually so annoyed. 300 steps, I could have just paced around the house for a little while, but that was a bummer. I'm under 4,000 for today right now, which I don't love. So I'm going to try to get that up. But 71.75 is where we're at with, just a couple hours left in the day. So not great. And then my average calories, my goal was 1,900 a day. My average, this is going to sound, I know I sound crazy. My average is 1,845 for every day. And I know that sounds crazy because I was just talking about how I blew up my goal, whatever. But I was pretty consistently under every single day, except for yesterday when I had almost 2,700 calories at the end of the day. So it is lovely that I was able to work through the things I was going through, and it still averages out to being under. I am happy about that. I am. I just know I could have been way more under. And it's not like it was worth it. It was Taco Bell food. I could have had a meal that I made at home or even just a healthier option and it would have been under and the food would have been delicious. But that chicken cantina menu really calls my name when I'm sad. So my average calories are 1,845, but they would have. I'm telling you here, look, I'll do some math. Let's see what they would have been if I had stayed, even if it was 1,900. Yeah, it would have been 1,734 if I had stayed within my goals. So that's tough. I'm thinking about bumping it down to 1,800 a day and trying to stick with that. But I think instead of like really holding myself to that, I think I'm just gonna kind of see how this pans out. But yeah, 1,800 feels very doable. I was under 1,800 4 days last week, and I was only over by 4 one day. So 1,800 is kind of where I'm landing anyway. So that felt good. Like I said, the Taco Bell incident was last night, and then my final weigh-in for the week was this morning. So when I very first started this journey, I was at 242.2. Last week, I got down to 241.2. I weighed in on Thursday, and I was at 240.4, and I was so hyped. I was like, oh, I'm going to get down to under 2 pounds. And this morning, I weighed in at 241.4, so I was up a pound from Thursday. But I'm still down overall. I'm still down 0.8 pounds overall, and I really do think a decent amount of it is like bloating and sodium because Taco Bell, especially because I haven't been eating fast food very much at all recently. So I fully expect to probably weigh myself tomorrow morning or the next day and be probably back down under, but that's where I'm at right now in reality. And the whole point of this is to face reality and, just be comfortable with things that are happening in my body and get my body to a place where I feel happy and content in it. So part of that also is understanding the things that are kind of triggers for overeating or leaning towards things. I also, I hung out with some friends and Halloween was this week, and so they just had like a bowl of Halloween candy out, and I ate literally 2 just little fun sized things, and then I still logged it. I still logged everything, and I was like, oh, that also happened so fast. That's wild. So it's just a lot of learnings I'm deciding to phrase this as. I don't want to feel down about it, but I just wasn't quite where I wanted to be this week, and that is okay. So I hope you all had a happy, healthy, productive week. I hope Halloween didn't derail anyone else. Unfortunately, I feel it is possible because, again, it happened so fast. But that's all I got. That's all for me for this week. I am going to go hang out with my wife, have one singular cocktail that is already logged. We're going to go watch the Colts play football. And I want to say, hopefully, have a good time. But as a Colts fan, I just don't know what's going to happen. So thank you very much for being here. Let me know how this week went for you all down in the comments below. And we will have another finance video up on... No, it's our Q&A. Our 1,000 subscriber Q&A video will be up on Tuesday, so please enjoy that, and we'll see you for regular budgeting content on Friday.